I wish I could use more drugstore products in my videos, but sometimes it's really hard to recommend something that you don't love 100%. So these are all the products that I swear by, that I love, that are so good. So I went through my collection and I just picked out all of my favorite drugstore products that I'm going to share with you guys. These are just staples in my makeup collection. Do you guys like how I have a candle in the background? Like, so cozy. Ooh. So I'm gonna start off with some primers first, and then we're gonna work our way, you know? So let's just get started. This one is the LA Girl Pro Prep High Definition Smoothing Face Primer. I love this primer because when I want a super smooth finish, I always go in with a filling primer. This just kind of blurs out the imperfections, fills in your pores, any fine lines. It does have that silicone feel, so if you guys aren't a fan of silicone or slippery primers, you guys will not like this. It really just blurs everything out on my face, and then when I go in with foundation and concealer, it's really smooth and flawless, so I really like it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it just kind of just blends in, like you don't feel anything. So on days when I feel like my skin is very dry and dehydrated, I always go in with the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer. This one is a little bit more expensive than the other one, but I like this one because it just gives my skin a very dewy look. And I don't know how it is with making your makeup last longer or fill in any pores or anything like that. I just love it because it gives my skin a lot of luminosity, which I need because I do have dry skin. I love how it has a pump as well. It's very convenient, but for some reason mine is kind of old. I just shook it up, but like look how it separates, and once you just mix everything together, it just gives your skin a nice glow. So yeah, this one fills in pores and this one just gives my skin a nice dewy look, but I love to use these together on some days, and they work really well together as well. I stumbled upon the Revlon Colorstay Whipped Cream Makeup Foundation. Looks like this. It's in a big bulky jar. I don't really like the packaging just because it's not that sanitary, but the product itself is really amazing. So I've seen this foundation around, like I've seen it around. I never got my hands on it. I don't know why. I never thought about it. So yeah, like it's not going anywhere, you know? It's a thick whipped foundation. I never really tried out this foundation just because it is a little bit more on the pricier side. I bought this for about $15 at my local drugstore, Rite Aid, and I'm in the shade Warm Golden, and I don't know why I never picked it up. It's just because it was on the pricier side, and I was like, whatever, I love my L'Oreal True Match, things like that. So I was wandering through my drugstore and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna give this a shot. If I don't like it, I'll just return it, whatever. So that day I was doing my makeup and I was applying it with like a kabuki brush, and I was literally like it is such a full, medium to full coverage, but it blends into the skin seamlessly. It lasts you all day long. Like, this foundation ain't going anywhere, especially since it says it's 24 hours long wear. It does not look cakey on the skin whatsoever. It doesn't settle in any lines. It just kind of melts into the skin. It's just such a good foundation, and I feel like no one really talks about it. The shades do run a little bit darker than how they appear, so keep that in mind. Oh snap. What happened to the cap? I love drugstore concealers. They're cheap and they're actually like really good. And I have 3 that I want to share with you guys. I always get my concealers in the lighter shade just because I get very pale. I love this concealer. This is the Maybelline Fit Me. This concealer you can find for like $5 at the drugstore. It doesn't crease on me if you set it properly. It also just has, the color of it is just really nice. And not only that, it has really good coverage. I have really bad dark circles, and it's really hard for me to find a concealer that doesn't crease and that actually hides my dark circles. Just like, it's so nice. It just glides on, you know? It's just such a good concealer underneath the eyes, you know? Very brightening. Doesn't settle in any fine lines. It's just great, you know, it's just great. This was one of the very first concealers that I bought at the drugstore when I was just getting into makeup, and this was also a repurchase. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I just realized they're from the same brand. Wait, is it? Yeah, the same brand. Okay, cool. I would say this is a little bit more on the drier side. So if you're not into those super liquidy moisturizing concealers, you will really like this one. I feel like this shade has a little bit more pink in it, which is really good. If you have dark circles, it just kind of cancels out that bluish tones. This concealer is the Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous, and I love this concealer for highlighting. I got mine at Target for like $5. It was so incredibly cheap. I was like, how come I never tried this concealer before? This concealer dries really fast, so what I like to do is just highlight, blend it first, and then go on with the other side, and then do the whole shebang bang, you know. This concealer is very lightweight. It's not thick at all, so it's perfect for highlighting your T-zone and things like that, because it's just not going to be so heavy on your skin. I find that this concealer is the lightest out of all my other ones. That's why it's also really good for highlighting, you know. Just, you know, it just like works, you know. Just, my hand is like super concealed now. Do you guys see that? These are my favorite. Now, I never really heard anyone talk about this product here on YouTube. That's why I was kind of skeptical about buying it. But then again, like, there are hidden gems in the drugstore, so I was like, okay. So I was scrolling through the makeup aisles, and then I noticed this powder. So I stumbled upon the Almay Smart Shade Loose Finishing Powder, and I have mine in the lightest shade just so I can kind of bake with it. Now, the way I like to use this powder is to kind of set the rest of my makeup and also bake underneath my contour to sharpen it out a little bit. It's a very thin, loose, creamy powder, and it doesn't cake up on my skin. It sets my makeup, it looks smooth, and it looks fresh, you know. So I really like it. This was about $15 as well. Kind of expensive, but then again, like, there's a lot of product in here. Sometimes when I go in with bronzer, it looks a little bit patchy, so I take like a fluffy brush, something like this, and I take some powder, swirl it in the little lid, and then tap off the excess, and then just buff out my bronzer. The fact that this is a colored powder, it really just helps buff away those harsh lines and really makes the bronzer look like second skin. I also discovered this recently. So this is the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster Light to Medium Bronzing Powder, and I love this powder just because it's very smooth. It has a slight sheen to it, but it doesn't really show up on the skin. It just looks very natural, and this bronzer doesn't make me look orange, which I really appreciate, just because I do get pale. But I can imagine in the summertime how flawless it will make you. It's not so pigmented, so you can kind of go in with it and you won't have to worry about having your face look like a helmet. How I would use this, I would just take a dual fiber brush. I would literally swirl it in here, tap off the excess, and just go in. Okay, so this blush, I'm actually low-key obsessed with it just because it's just like a staple in your makeup collection, okay? I don't know if this blush is still selling in the drugstore because my sister gave me this, but if you guys can get your hands on it, please do so, because it's just such a basic, gorgeous, everyday color. This is the Physicians Formula blush in the shade Natural, and it looks like this. I love to use this blush when I'm doing like black smoky eyes or super dramatic eyes because it just brightens up the look and looks a little bit more put together. I don't know how to describe it, but it's just such a beautiful medium pink blush. I love to apply the blush like right on the apples of my cheeks and then blend it in very well, and then go in with a super intense highlighter right above it, and it just really works, you know, just works really good together, you know. So like, speaking of highlighter, what are you guys' favorites? I am still to look for a drugstore highlighter that I love, and I haven't found one yet, so please let me know. Like, that would be legitness. Kind of just wakes me up, you know? It's hard to find like a good medium pink blush for every day, and I really like that one. It lasts a long time, lasts all day. You need a little bit, it's very pigmented, and it's in the drugstore, so obviously it's affordable. This is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Espresso. I have 3 of these. The other shade I had was soft brown or taupe, I don't really remember, but that was my correct shade. But now I ran out of that one, so I'm just kind of using this one, just super lightly. This retails for about $10, and I really like it because, first of all, it's a brow pencil, very similar to the Anastasia Beverly Hills ones. As far as the packaging, and it has a spoolie at the end, which is very convenient to brush out your brows, and the product itself just kind of twists up. You know you love a product when you both lose the caps for it. So like, yeah, $10, brow pencil, really good. And I love to use this and then use like a brow gel and set it, and it stays in place, stays looking fresh all day long. I don't have eyeshadows from the drugstore that I love yet. I haven't discovered those yet. But what I did discover were the Wet n Wild eyeshadow singles. This retails for $1. $1. This is in the shade Creme Brule, and I absolutely love this eyeshadow. It is super, this is like your neutral, like even look at this, like this is perfect to set your eye primer. This is perfect to use on the lid. As a brow bone highlight. Is just such a good eyeshadow, blends like a dream. It's $1, you guys, you can't go wrong with it. And I had this eyeshadow for the longest time, and it's still there, you know, it's still here, holding strong. I love the Gel Liner in number 77, which is their black one. It's like my all-time favorite eyeliner, but they sell it at a Macy's impulse section, and it's about $12, so it's not really expensive. It's very affordable still, but it's not really at the drugstore. So my second liner that I like from the drugstore is the Maybelline New York Eye Studio liner. It's smooth, it lasts all day long. It does fade, but it doesn't smudge. So I'm wearing it right now on my eyes. Mascara time! There are so many drugstore mascaras that I love, but actually haven't repurchased any just because I already have so many mascaras that I need to go through. But the most recent one that I purchased from the drugstore is the L'Oreal Voluminous Superstar Mascara. It looks like this. This mascara reminds me of my childhood because it has a primer side to it. And I don't know if you guys did this before, but when I was in elementary school or middle school, I don't remember, I bought a Maybelline mascara, and it was white at the ends, and I thought it was so cool. Like, yeah, I have makeup, and I'm using this white mascara first, and then I'm gonna go in with the black mascara. Now my lashes are so long. Yeah, kid stuff. The priming side really works. It makes my eyelashes like super duper long and full. The L'Oreal mascaras are really good. I love the L'Oreal Telescopic mascara as well, but I haven't repurchased yet just because I have new mascaras that I need to use up. So I was going through the makeup aisles, and then I noticed that Ardell came out with a brush on lash glue applicator. Sorry, my thing is like so gross and gunky. That's because I need to get a new one. Applying your lash is so much easier. I just kind of take my lash and I just like swipe it, and I don't apply too much product. It's just enough. This glue dries really quick. My eyelashes don't like pop off in the middle of the day. The smell isn't the greatest, but it's like whatever. I don't smell it when it's on my eyes, you know what I mean? So it's not too bad. This is like about $6, and this lasted me a very long time. I highly recommend the brush on applicators because they just make life so much easier, you guys. Okay, the last products I have to talk about are lip products. So I have a couple NYX products that I love. These are all the colors that I own: soft matte lip creams and lip glosses. NYX have really good lip products, let me tell you that. So the soft matte creams are matte. I wouldn't say they're like 100% matte, but they look matte, and they're very moisturizing. I get these at Nordstrom Rack as well. London, just a brownie nude. The next color I have is Stockholm. I can't pronounce it correctly. It is a nude with a peachy undertone. London, Stockholm. This is Istanbul, and it's just like a pink for every day. If you put like a super nude gloss over it, it's so beautiful. It's so pretty. I have 4 glosses from them. I love their butter glosses because they're just so glossy. They're not overly pigmented, which I actually really like and prefer. They're not sticky, and they last you a very long time. These are about $5 each. So the first color I have is Tiramisu. That's Tiramisu. So pretty. Look how glossy that is. The next color I have is Fortune Cookie. This is more of your flesh tony nude. If you're more into that pinky lip, you're gonna love Eclair. That's Eclair right there. And this is Devil's Food Cake. I actually haven't really worn this color yet. It's more for like the fall time. Yeah, so that's the Devil's Food Cake. Just looking at this makes me so happy because they're just so beautiful. I love these colors. Also, NYX lip liners are amazing. I actually used everything. Like, I have no more product left. Like, I can't use this anymore. I have to toss it out. But yeah, this was $3. This is the lip liner in natural, and it just looks so good. It makes your lips look so plump and defined. Like, lining your lips with this and applying like a nude gloss on top of it. So pretty. Oh, I still have some left. That's lip liner in natural right there. These two are actually very similar right there. I don't know why nobody talks about these on YouTube. I don't understand, because these are actually my all-time favorite lip gloss formula, and I don't know why nobody talks about them because they're amazing. Literally, they're like $5 to $6 at the drugstore. So these are the Almay liquid lip balms. Like, that actually sounds quite amazing. And I have 2 colors only. This one is in the color Rosy Lipped, my favorite. And this one is called Nude Trans. Super cute name. They're exactly how they describe them. They're like liquid lip balms. They're so moisturizing, so glossy. They don't have much color to them, but that's what I love. Even when you're wearing no makeup and you want some moisture on your lips, just apply some lip gloss. These smell so good. Yeah, these are the 2 colors that I really love. They're perfect for every day. I love to use this when I want like a more lighter nude, and I love to use this when I want like a simple everyday your lips but better kind of color. This one is good. This one is good. They're all good. They're all good. Mario Badescu facial setting spray. You guys know I use this like in every single video of mine. I know they sell this at the drugstore. I'm pretty sure they do. If not, it is affordable. But I've seen mine at Hotlook. They sell 2 of these for $20, which makes them only $10 each. I love to use this to prep my skin for foundation. I love to use this to set my makeup. I love to use this to spray my brushes and then go in with my highlighters or my eyeshadows to make it more pigmented. I can also imagine using this on like a hot summer day when I'm just out in the sun and I just need a little bit of like refreshing to do. Just take this and just spray your face, and it just feels so good and smells so good. Okay, so that wraps up my drugstore favorites. Please comment down below what your drugstore favorites are. What is a product that you guys have been like dying hardcore over? Please let me know, like, what is it? I want to try everything, and I just want more drugstore products in my life just because they're not gonna make me bankrupt, and they're really affordable, and especially if they're gonna be good, like, that's like, yes, that's like super awesome. If you guys tried out any of these products, let me know how you guys liked it down below, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.